Karen Review, Print Speaking to the Blind, celebrating 40 years of audio newspaper production. Welcome to this week's edition of the Kirkintilloch Herald podcast, recorded at the Bishopbriggs Media Centre by our amazing volunteers. You can get in touch with us via Facebook, Twitter or Instagram using @KuenReview. That is @CuenDreview. You can also contact us directly by emailing information at kuenreview.com. That is INFORMATION@CuenDreview.com, or by calling 0141 772 3976. That's 0141 772 3976.
This week's podcast, on Wednesday the 9th of August 2023, is read to you by volunteers Corey, Hunter and Ian. Rogue trader is behind bars. A bogus workman who went on the run after admitting defrauding pensioners is now behind bars. William Williamson scanned 3 victims in Glasgow, Lenzie and Kirkintilloch. The 38-year-old pretended he required cash to buy building materials and did not return. Williamson scooped a total of £1,550 between February and August 2021. Williamson, of Larkhall, pled guilty to the frauds in May 2022. He was due to be sentenced in June 2022 but panicked before he was called into the dock. Williamson did not appear in the dock again until over a year later, before being sentenced to 20 months on Thursday. In 2017, he was jailed for just short of 3 years for stealing an 89-year-old woman's handbag and cash. Williamson initially told his victim he would clean her gutters in Hamilton for £6. He also admitted charge of defrauding 2 women in East Kilbride who had paid him up front for work which he failed to carry out. The amount involved in these offences was £1,950. Glasgow Sheriff Court heard Williamson's latest crimes were brought to light by Police Scotland's Operation Skipjack. An 85-year-old victim was visited by Williamson, who had built a wall for him in the past. Williamson told the man he felt he needed to fix the work as it was substandard. Prosecutor Darren Harty said he agreed to the offer and paid Williamson the sum of £450 in cash for him to obtain materials and carry out said work. Williamson said he would return later that day to commence the work, but he did not show. He later told the victim in a phone call he did not appear due to the poor weather conditions. The victim received £50 in cash through his letterbox with an unsigned letter. No further money was obtained. Another victim was contacted by Williams, having placed an advert on Facebook as John the Gardener. He said he required an upfront deposit to do monoblocking for her, and she handed over £250 in cash. Williamson attended the woman's home the next day and asked for a further £300 to hire a special digger for the job. After receiving the cash, he did not return. In the meantime, a third victim contacted Williamson after seeing the Facebook advert to do garden work. Williamson stated the job would cost £2,700, but required a £600 cash deposit up front to secure materials. 3 days later, the victim contacted Williamson for his whereabouts, to be told he had not received materials. Williamson did not attend and claimed his yard in Falkirk had been flooded. The number the victim used to contact Williamson then went dead. Williamson was arrested in September 2020, having been traced by the police. Court heard how he had paid the victims back the money that they lost. Eddie Kelly, defending, told the sentencing, Mr. Williamson did attend for sentencing, but by the time it called, he effectively panicked and left the building. He did not appear again until June 2023, a year late, but for technical reasons, there were no further hearings until today. He was the victim of a serious incident which involved him being assaulted with a significant injury, and significant life threats are made to him and his family. Him and his family were in hiding. Sheriff Paul Reed told Williamson, "These offences are despicable. You took advantage of the elderly in our community. You repaid them, but what you didn't compensate is our confidence and self-esteem." This Week in History, read by me, Ian McKenna. August the 10th, 1990, the Magellan space probe reached Venus. On this day last year, cast members of Grease the Musical in the West End dedicated their entire run to the memory of Dame Olivia Newton-John, following her death aged 73. August 11th, 1975, the government took ownership of British Leyland, the only major British-owned car company. August 12, 1925, Norris and Ross McWhirter, British twins who founded the Guinness Book of Records, were born. After the Bible, it is the best-selling book in the world. Ross McWhirter was murdered by the IRA. August 13th, 1961, East German border guards stopped cars passing to the east through the Brandenburg Gate, thus sealing the border and preventing an exodus to the west. Barbed wire was erected, later to be replaced by the Berlin Wall. On this day last year, record number of people had bowel cancer checks after the death of campaigner Dame Deborah James, health bosses said. August 14th, 1979, the longest lasting rainbow on record shone over North Wales from the coast of Gwynedd to Clywyd, remaining there for more than 3 hours. August 15, 1939, The Wizard of Oz premiered at Grauman's Chinese Theatre in Hollywood. Professor's City History. Article by Fraser N. Wilson. A Milton of Campsie man has penned a book depicting the story of Glasgow, then and now. Geography Professor Michael Paccioni collated a series of photo essays that he hopes highlight, in detail, the significant changes that have affected the streets, buildings and land uses of the city over the years. An emeritus professor at the University of Strathclyde in Glasgow, Michael has published more than 30 books over the years and is a known authority on the historical geography of the city. Of his book, Michael told the Herald, "I hope this book will stir memories in those familiar with the city and stimulate others to explore a fascinating urban environment. Over the past 1,500 years, the urban fabric of Glasgow has been made and remade by the actions of countless people in public and private agencies, the effects of which are etched into the streets, buildings and land uses of the city. In this book, I provided a collection of photo essays to explain the changing landscape in more than 80 different locations across the city over the past 50 years. The book is illustrated with 9 maps and 164 full-colour photographs and is available from Amazon. Over the course of the last 1,500 years, Glasgow has changed from a small riverside fishing hamlet and hilltop ecclesiastical settlement to a medieval entrepot, burgeoning industrial centre, shipbuilder to the world, and the second city of the empire. Most recently, it has become a post-industrial metropolis. The city has lost its Colosseum, a Greek temple, and the largest brick building in Europe. However, situated in the Brumelaw, it still hosts the oldest remaining 19th century bonded warehouse. It also boasts the first ever teacher training college in Britain, and the impressive Springburn Locomotive Works offices are something that was still available to visit and appreciate. But, with the fast-paced evolution and development of our cities, Michael stresses, don't delay. Michael's book breaks down into 2 parts. The first explores the making of the modern city of Glasgow, highlighting major developments in the urban landscape over time. The second explains changing continuity across the city. The book is available online.
Crash appeal as recorded by Hunter MacDonald. Police Scotland have launched an appeal for information after a man was hospitalised following a serious crash. The incident last Tuesday night, August the 1st, saw a Ducati Panigale Sports motorcycle crash. As a result, a 33-year-old man was taken to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Glasgow. A police source said the man remains in a critical but stable condition. The incident happened around 8:50 p.m. on the nearby A891 Campsie Road between Lennoxtown and Milton of Campsie. The road was closed for investigations, only fully reopening around 3:35 a.m. on Wednesday morning. Anyone who may have been driving in the area around this time or with dashcam footage is asked to call police on 101. Crime Stoppers can also be contacted anonymously on 0800 555 111. Help for children following results. Childline has released information about help and advice services available for children in the wake of their exam results. Results were released by the SQA on Tuesday, August the 8th, and the charity has provided advice for young people, parents and carers during the often stressful and emotional time. Service head for Childline Scotland, Adonai Alad, told the Herald, "We know results day and the period running up to it can be a really stressful time. Young people often tell us they're worried they'll get lower grades than they need, and they feel anxious or unsettled because it's out of their control. Some think their whole future depends on these results, and this is their last chance to get into the course of their choice or an apprenticeship they have applied for. But it is important they know there are many options whatever their grades are. Advice offered should be aimed at reducing stress and any sense of finality to children who may not have gotten the results they expected, wanted or needed. It's important they understand resits are available, as are alternative courses. The benefit and opportunities in taking a gap year should also be discussed. Seeking advice from a teacher can be very helpful in assisting a young person to decide on which is the best option to take. Free confidential support and advice is available for under-19s at childline.org.uk or by calling 0800 1111 for free. Street parties set to be a smash hit. A new summer spectacular is set to help neighbouring Mulgai sizzle later this month, just as long as the weather plays its part. The inaugural Mulgai Street Party will bring up to 1,000 revellers to the town as they get set for a day of food, drink, music and dancing. Organised by the team behind local venues Finsbury, Fullbacks and Charlie's Loft, the August the 19th event takes over from where the Mulgai BID events previously left off, and local lad Billy Milligan can't wait to welcome everyone to town. He told the Herald, "I'm really looking forward to being able to do something like this in my hometown. It's been a tight turnaround to pull everything together, but I'm delighted with what we've organised and I think it's going to be a great day for the town." Taking place on Main Street near the War Memorial and Clock, the ticketed event runs from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m, with just a handful of briefs still available online. On the day, revellers can expect an array of street food, craft Scottish beer and spirits, and fantastic entertainment. That comes in the form of bands like Tom Maguire and the Brass Holes, jazz drummer Rowan Anderson, jazz pianist Ewan Johnson, former Scotland internationalist turns DJ Adam Ash, and State Bar Blues Band, to name but a few. Offering something for everyone, other forms of entertainment come in the form of Magic Montel, the 2022 UK Magic Circle winner, all-star face painting, dancers and performers, and much more.
Unions, jobs, please. A leading union has urged Police Scotland not to go ahead with a recruitment freeze. Unison, the union for police staff, has condemned a decision taken by police chiefs. The union say Police Scotland are choosing to reduce staff numbers even though there already aren't enough staff to meet demand. The recruitment cap is due to start on today, August 9th. Deputy Secretary of Police Staff Scotland Branch, David Malcolm, said, Police Scotland rely on staff to do more and more overtime to keep the service running. They use 1.3 million hours of overtime in the last financial year. Staff already struggling to get their breaks and book annual leave, and they regularly work on understaffed shifts. There is quite simply more work than staff to do it, and something needs to give.
Local favourite praised by MP. The team at Magella's coffee shop were delighted recently after being recognised in the Houses of Parliament, and the Cowgate Eatery team were delighted to receive a framed copy of the motion by Amy Callaghan MP. Helen Jenkins and her team were praised for winning Micro Business of the Year at the Skills Development Scotland Awards. Their commitment to the Modern Apprenticeship programme and the opportunities, progression and skills they offer staff. Speaking to the Herald, Helen said, "We are very proud. As a small business, this is a great achievement for us. It lets other businesses in Kirkintilloch know that anything is possible."
Hospital's new recruits. Changeover Day at the Royal Hospital for Children took place in Glasgow last week, with new recruits being welcomed. The new foundation doctors arrived at the RHC, while their predecessors from the year before moved on to their next area or department. Amongst some of the new arrivals at the RHC was former Glasgow University medicine student Alessia, who joined the paediatric surgery team. She said, "I'm feeling excited as I've always wanted to work with children, but I'm naturally a bit nervous. I feel that there's a whole lot of hope working with children, and they still have their whole life ahead of them, so you can help make a big change. This was my first choice for leaving university, so I'm pleased I'm starting here." While Elisha and her fellow foundation doctors look ahead to their time at the RHC, the previous year's ones took time to reflect on their experiences and highlights from their placements. Ahead of moving on to general practice, Sarah said, "I'm really glad to have had experiences as a first-year doctor with such a supportive and caring team. I feel like everyone here is experienced and so nice and helpful. I'm thankful to have this as one of my jobs. I enjoy working within a large staff group, and the facilities are really good. Things like the Medi-Cinema is fantastic. We see such a variety of rare things here, and I'm thankful to have such a varied experience across different specialities. I'm going on to general practice, so I'm looking forward to working with children within the community." Lucy, who is moving to the paediatric medicine team, said, "It's been great being part of such a large welcoming team, especially when you're junior because you're new. I'm moving on to paediatric medicine for the next 4 months, so I'm looking forward to a different team and 4 more months of working with children and trialling new things. It's the best job of the year." NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde's Director for Women's and Children's Services, Jamie Redfern, said he was delighted to have the new starts on board, whilst thanking the outgoing staff. School staff set to strike. Education and early years staff in East Dunbartonshire have agreed to strike over an ongoing pay dispute. The news was confirmed on Monday, with Unite the Union announcing its council members were to take targeted industrial action when schools resume after the summer break. East Dunbartonshire staff joined members from 9 other council areas. Unite General Secretary Sharon Graham said, "The message for both the Scottish Government and COSLA is loud and clear. Thousands of our members have voted to take strike action in education and early year services because they won't accept a real terms pay cut. We will support our members all the way in their fight for better jobs, pay and conditions in local government." The development follows talks with council body COSLA last week, where no improved pay offer was put on the table. The current 5% offer for 2023 was rejected by 84% in a consultative ballot held by Unite in May, with the current rate of broader inflation, RPI, standing at 10.7%. The action will see thousands of workers, including janitors, cleaners, caterers, classroom assistants and admin staff, strike, despite COSLA saying it was raising the local government living wage by 99p to £11.84 per hour. That was rebuffed by council workers as not good enough. Ms Graham added, "Our members deserve far more than the 5% being served up by the politicians." The other council areas affected are Argyll and Bute, Clackmannanshire, Cumhere Nan Ellen's Jar, Dundee, East Renfrewshire, Fife, Glasgow City, Inverclyde and Orkney. COSLA say their offer compared favourably to other sectors. A spokesman added, "Those in the Scottish local government living wage would get over 9%, and those at higher grades, where councils had experienced severe recruitment challenges, would see over 6%. It's an offer which recognises the vital role of the people who deliver essential services across councils every day, and the value that we, as employers, place on them."
5 arrested at UCI protest. 5 people were arrested after their protest halted the men's elite road race at the UCI Cycling World Championships over the weekend. The event was paused with just over 118 miles of the 168 miles racing remaining, with the Edinburgh to Glasgow route blocked west of Falkirk. The demonstration took place on a narrow stretch of the B818 near the Carron Valley Reservoir. Police Scotland have confirmed that 5 people were arrested after the protesters were removed. Environmental group This Is Rigged claimed responsibility for the demonstration, said 4 of its activists were involved. It was reported that protesters glued themselves to the road. The race, which was won by Dutch rider Matthew van der Poel, was paused for about 50 minutes before restarting. It comes after Prime Minister Rishi Sunak announced that last week he would back licences for 100 new oil and gas projects in the North Sea.
Writer will donate profits to Beatson. A local writer will donate the profits from her latest book to charity as she continues to recover from breast cancer. Gillian Sharefs, originally from Hawhead, was diagnosed with the disease in July 2021 after discovering a lump. Following her diagnosis, the 53-year-old received support from several Beatson Cancer Charity services while being treated at its cancer centre, and that led her to donate profits from her debut book, Brodie, to the charity. Gillian, a Doctor of Fine Arts, told the Herald, "At the beginning, I couldn't see beyond treatment. I couldn't see there was a life beyond. I think it's lovely that there is, and I want to be able to give back because I got so much support. I want to be able to give back, and I can't see myself running a marathon anytime soon, but I do have a book that's been published in September. Whatever I would get back from it, I wanted to give back as a means to say thank you, because I appreciate so much what people have done for me." Available to buy from September, Brodie is the story of 6 women whose lives intertwine over 30 years, told by Brodie, the beloved object that connects them all. Gillian started writing the novel in 2017 as part of a doctorate in creative writing, looking at the relationships between objects and illness. Her particular interest in illness comes from being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2007. Gillian's first chemotherapy session caused an infection leading to sepsis, resulting in several emergency admissions to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. She added, "I noticed some information about a telephone befriending service. I signed up, and I got a lovely telephone befriender who phoned me every week, and it was actually really nice. I've used a number of the charity services, when I needed a wig for instance. It was a lovely experience, even though it was so stressful and unpleasant to lose your hair. I think it's a great service that's offered." Charlene Lowe, Regional Fundraising Manager at Beatson Cancer Charity, said they were so grateful to Gillian. You can pre-order a copy of Brodie at intocreative.co.uk/shop. That's intocreative.co.uk/shop. Calls for collar ban. More than 3/4 of Brits support a ban on electric shock collars for dogs. Such collars are often used to punish a dog for unwanted behaviour by delivering a shock to their neck via a remote control. Data released by the Kennel Club shows the majority of the public, 77%, wants the government to act, with 56% of dog owners thinking the government is not doing enough to protect animal welfare in the UK. Whilst a ban on electric shock collars has been promised, no date has been set for the final stage of the law to be passed through Parliament, putting it at risk of it being dropped completely. The Kennel Club, the UK's largest organisation dedicated to dog health and welfare, is urging the government not to delay. Its campaign can be found at thekennelclub.org.uk/ban shock collars.
Customer service is praised. The Kirkintilloch branch of Evans Halshaw has been recognised for the exceptional customer service by Auto Trader. The Pendragon store is one of 8 across Scotland to set the bar, taking a highly rated award win considered the gold standard in customer service. A significant accolade in the automotive sector, the awards are based on the reviews and feedback provided by genuine Auto Trader customers over the past year. Winning retailers must meet set criteria to achieve the highly rated award, which includes maintaining an average review rating of at least 4 stars on Auto Trader's marketplace. The store is joined by 7 other winning Pendragon stores in Glasgow, Ayr, Edinburgh, Kilmarnock, Giffnock and Falkirk, which comprises sites from its Strathstone and Evans Halshaw businesses. Over 1,500 retailers were recognised as highly rated by Auto Trader's customers this year.
A toast to our geology. Festival to rock your socks off. Report by Julie Curry. Scotland is a place like no other, with its unique landscapes, heritage and stories still to be told from the rocks that lie beneath our feet and under our seas. These rocks have sculpted our country's culture and industry, creating a special place we call home. And, next month, a special festival will kick off to celebrate the rocks we probably all take for granted. The Scottish Geology Festival will offer the opportunity to learn about the incredible stories hidden within Scotland's rocks through guided walks, online talks, boat trips and geological exhibitions. There will be something for everyone to enjoy. Now in its 4th year, the festival will kick off on September the 1st, with more than 50 fantastic events being hosted until its finale on October the 8th. The Scottish Geology Trust and partners will deliver a packed programme of events and activities across the country and online, showcasing and celebrating Scotland's unique geology. Dr. Katie Strang, Scottish Geology Festival Director, said, "The Scottish Geology Trust is delighted to deliver another exciting Scottish Geology Festival. The festival is a fantastic opportunity for people of all ages and backgrounds to explore Scotland's incredible landscapes, learning how they have been shaped over millions of years by geological processes, revealing the secrets and tales of our planet's past. From violent volcanic eruptions to tropical coal swamps and dinosaurs to earthquakes, the rocks beneath our feet provide endless opportunities for adventure, education and discovery. From rock doctors to volcano talks, tombstones and tales to beach pebble weekends, visitors are guaranteed an exciting range of events for all ages and levels of interest throughout the festival. Attendees can even enjoy a weekend exploring the awesome pebbles which erode from the conglomerate cliffs, deposited by an ancient Mississippi-sized river over 400 million years ago. Dr. Robert Holdworth, Scottish Geology Trust Chairman, said, "Scotland has a secret. I encourage everyone to come along to festival events to learn a little bit about that secret. It could change the way you look at the world, as it has influenced so much of this nation's history, traditions and ambitions to tackle climate change. The country's unique character and long history of scholarship, innovation and industry are rooted quite literally in the rocks that lie beneath our feet and beneath the sea. The festival is organised and hosted by the Scottish Geology Trust. Launched in 2020, it aims to support Scotland's unique geological assets and campaign on behalf of geological societies, Scottish communities and education. With events across Scotland, this year's festival is sure to offer memorable experiences for all. For more, visit www.scottishgeologytrust.org/festival. That's www.scottishgeologytrust.org/festival. Trust mission. The key objective of the Scottish Geology Trust is to inspire people everywhere to understand, love and care for Scotland's incredible geological heritage and its role in creating a sustainable future. The Trust supports the promotion of accessible and engaging geosites for visitors and local people, so that the communities can learn and benefit from their local geology, and Scotland can attract and engage visitors who are interested in geology. It also celebrates the contribution geology makes to life in Scotland and promotes how the earth works, as well as future changes to our environment and climate. To find out more, visit www.scottishgeologytrust.org. Colleges unite to entice students. What's more important than a choice about your future? That's the question driving Scotland's colleges, as they urge those who are considering their future career options to choose college. Following the success of last year's campaign, which has recently been shortlisted for a prestigious Chartered Institute of Public Relations (CIPR) award, Scotland's 26 colleges are coming together with one voice once again to support the campaign and share stories of how vital colleges are to the educational, economic and community health of the country. Organised by the CDN Marketing and Communications Network, the campaign launched at the end of last month and runs until August 27th. The campaign will run advertising on TV, radio and digital platforms and is supported by promotional videos, images, key facts and case studies. College students and staff are being encouraged to share their stories using the hashtag #ChooseCollege. Marie Hendry, College Development Network Chief Executive, said, "Colleges play a vital role in supporting Scotland's economic, social and educational success, supporting industry to build and engage its workforce, maximising employment opportunities, and addressing the mental health and well-being of our communities. We want to raise awareness of the opportunities colleges offer pupils, school leavers, career changers, apprentices, and others to take the next steps in their career journeys. The work of the college sector is now more critical than ever, and I am excited to see inspiring examples of what the sector does through the hashtag #ChooseCollege campaign." Fife College is among those supporting the latest national hashtag #ChooseCollege campaign to highlight the benefits of college and to encourage school leavers and career changers to choose college. Stuart McMillan, Fife College Marketing Director, said, "There's arguably never been a better time to consider coming to college. With a skilled shortage in key sectors and a cost of living crisis, it's more important than ever to take opportunity to gain new skills and qualifications that can help with getting a job or progressing in your career. At Fife College, we have lifelong learning opportunities for all and offers hundreds of courses across a range of subject areas, starting from introductory courses right through to HNCs and HNDs, and pathways to degree qualifications. Choosing to come to college could be the best decision you'll ever make. Join the conversation on social media using hashtag #ChooseCollege and discover more at www.cdn.ac.uk choose-college. You can also watch the Choose College advert now on YouTube. NHS 24's 5-year future has been shaped by users. Report by Julie Curry. NHS 24 has been providing health and care services to the people of Scotland since 2002. Almost 29,111 calls have been answered, and people increasingly use digital services like the symptom checker on NHS Inform and the mobile app NHS 24 Online. This shift to digital is highlighted in the NHS 24's new corporate strategy, which has been produced after people who use the services described what they expect from NHS 24 now and in the future. The strategy was informed by these conversations, as well as those with staff, partners and other stakeholders, so the Health Board could develop an approach to the future development of services that best reflected the needs and expectations of those it serves. It comprises 17 ambitious goals and 3 strategic aims: to deliver sustainable high-quality services, provide a workplace in which people can thrive and be a collaborative and forward-thinking partner. The strategy also details how NHS 24 will provide high-quality and accessible services that are designed by user needs and preferences by being connected, consistent and convenient, with telephone, web and mobile app to provide help for everyone, no matter where they live. Jim Miller, NHS 24's Chief Executive, said, "People told us they wanted services that were easier to understand and to have more choice about how they use them. That is why our strategy is clear in that we will continue to offer services over the phone while building on and improving our digital online options. We will do this by making use of technology to provide better connected, personalised, integrated services and ways of working that improve access and effectiveness whilst reducing repetition and effort. To achieve its strategic aims, NHS 24 will work closely with NHS Scotland's health and care organisations, aligning with the evolving needs of the population." Mr Miller added, "We are grateful to everyone who participated in the consultation phase, sharing their views and insights. These contributions have been invaluable in shaping this ambitious and insightful strategy, which will guide our actions for the next 5 years." Kennel Club bids to ban electric shock collars. The majority of the British public want to see a ban on electric shock collars, according to data released this week by the Kennel Club. Some 77% of Brits said they believed the devices, which punish a dog for unwanted behaviour by delivering a shock to their neck via a remote control, should be banned. And 56% of dog owners don't think the government is doing well enough to protect animal welfare in the UK. While a ban on electric shock collars has been promised, no date has been set for the final stage of the law to be passed through Parliament, putting it at risk of being completely dropped. The Kennel Club, the UK's largest organisation dedicated to dog health and welfare, is urging the government not to delay. Extensive evidence, including research funded by DEFRA, the Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs, shows that shock collars not only cause unnecessary harm and suffering for dogs, but they also do not create a greater deterrent for disobedience or result in better learning or behavioural outcomes. The National Police Chiefs Council has also highlighted that the vast majority of livestock worrying incidents involve dogs that have escaped from their homes, with Lord Benyon, DEFRA Minister, claiming these are cases that handheld e-collars could not have prevented. Meanwhile, the National Farmers Union has stated that keeping a dog on a lead in the vicinity of livestock is the most effective route to preventing livestock worrying. The police have also been clear that they would not recommend the use of e-collars to prevent instances of livestock worrying. The Kennel Club, which has campaigned for a ban on these unnecessary devices for over 10 years, is calling for the public to write to DEFRA, showing their support for the ban and urging decision makers not to delay. Dog lovers can find a template letter on the Kennel Club website at thekennelclub.org.uk/ban shock collars. That's thekennelclub.org.uk/BAN SHOCK COLLARS. This comes after the Kept Animals Bill, a long-delayed law which promised to crack down on several significant animal welfare issues, including puppy smuggling and pet theft, was abandoned by the government in May this year. Mark Beasley, the Kennel Club chief executive, said, "We urge dog lovers across the UK to support this ban and put pressure on the government to follow through with the promises for animal welfare." After the Kept Animals Bill, which should have brought in laws to tackle the cruel puppy smuggling trade and crack down on the heartbreaking pet theft, was delayed time and time again, and then abandoned entirely earlier this year, we are really concerned that important animal welfare issues are disappearing from the political agenda, along with promises for long overdue and vital protections. Research has shown there is absolutely no need for cruel shock collars, which cause physical and psychological harm. In Scotland, an independent animal welfare commission has recommended a complete ban on their use. We urge the government to keep its promise and ban these devices as a priority. This week's letters page. Let's talk. Please send your letters via email to kirkyherald@gnscotland.co.uk and write letters in the subject field. Please keep letters to a maximum of 300 words. Letters cannot be published without a name and postal address. Also include a daytime phone number if possible. We reserve the right to edit any letter. Maybe we're looking at some sort of latter-day Scanabre. Sir, I spent the best part of a day calculating the cost to us of Patrick Harvey's new Energy Performance Certificate, which will be required before we can sell our house. Obviously, we need to replace our newish gas boiler with a heat pump, but we'd also apparently need new radiators and piping, as our current ones wouldn't work with a heat pump. As for double glazing, well, unfortunately, we live in a conservation area, so we have to add on planning costs, and I won't even start on insulation for our Victorian house, of doubtful value anyway. All this work would have to be done before we could sell, so there would also be the cost of a fairly hefty loan. Finally, the work could only be done if there were sufficient skilled tradesmen to carry it out. Anyone tried to get a plumber recently? Perhaps the most efficient thing to do would be to demolish all old stone houses and tenements, keeping just a token one of each to show future generations what buildings used to be like. A sort of latter-day Scanabre. However, these changes to our heating system would have left us utterly dependent on electricity, which currently costs 3 times as much as gas, partly because of the charging system, not because it actually does cost 3 times as much. Then I hear the grid is not really up to the job anymore. It's difficult to add in new suppliers, and a massive increase in demand would strain the system and lead to power cuts. Ever since the 1970s oil crisis, we've tried to mix our heating provisions such that we could stay warm through a power cut, so, sin of sins, we have some gas fires. Obviously, they would have to go. Maybe this is all a part of a secret plot to get old people like us to die of cold and so further ease the green crisis. I have to assume that more than 50% of people who backed Patrick Harvey's proposals in the recent WWF opinion poll do not own houses. Yours, etc., Judith Gillespie, address supplied. Blair has his finger on the pulse of the electorate. Sir, like him or loathe him, no one can say 3 times election winner Tony Blair does not have his finger on the electoral pulse. He makes a valid point that the UK accounts for as little as 1% of the world's pollution. He asks why, then, should this country impoverish its people by suicidal net zero gestures? It is the pollution-producing giants, China and others, that should be making the grand gestures, not the UK. Perhaps, as he alluded, we could play a middleman part, supplying finance for the necessary work in the places that need drastic change. In the meantime, the UK could drastically adjust the net zero targets to a reasonable timescale. Apart from nationalists, whom I instinctively distrust, I would be happy with any government of any hue taking Mr. Blair's advice. It is merely a bonus that therein lie the keys to number 10. Yours, etc., Alexander Mackay, address supplied. Yet another honourable member goes to the wall. Sir, should anyone wish to understand why politics and politicians are held in such low regard, look no further than Margaret Ferrier, now ex-SNP MP for Rutherglen and Hamilton West. Her obstinate refusal to resign and stand down as an MP following her conviction in court and a 30-day Parliament suspension for breaking COVID rules simply demonstrates in the clearest way possible how many of our political representatives do not follow the principles of honesty and integrity in discharging their representatives' duties. These representatives need to reflect on what it means when they are referred to as honourable members in Parliament. It will be a long road back for the electorate before the trust in politicians is restored. Yours, etc., Richard Allison, by email. I name this ship HMS both Prince and Duke. Sir, we the aircraft carrier HMS Prince of Wales? Surely it should be referred to as HMS Duke of Rothesay when in Scottish waters? Yours, etc., Keith W. Lorraine. Address supplied. Will we finally solve the mystery of Nessie? The biggest surface watch of Loch Ness since the Loch Ness Investigation Bureau, LNIB, studied the loch in 1972 will take place later this month. The newly revamped Loch Ness Centre has partnered with Loch Ness Exploration, LNE, an independent and voluntary research team, to search the famous waters of Loch Ness and uncover its mysteries. And the Loch Ness Centre is currently looking for budding monster hunters to be involved in the weekend, taking place on Saturday, August 26th and Sunday, August 27th. Each morning, Alan McKenna from LNE will brief volunteers live from the Loch Ness Centre on what to look out for and how to record findings. Each day there will also be a debrief from the reimagined centre to go through the day's findings. Surveying equipment that has never been used on Loch Ness before will be enlisted to uncover the secrets of the mysterious waters. This includes thermal drones to produce thermal images of the water from the air using infrared cameras, and observing heat from above could provide a crucial component for identifying any mysterious anomalies. A hydrophone will also be used to detect acoustic signals under the water. There is also the chance to get out of the water and explore the depths of the world-famous loch with Deep Scan Captain Alistair Matheson, the skipper for the Loch Ness project. There will also be 4 cruises over the weekend with a member of the original Loch Ness Investigation Bureau and Alan McKenna of Loch Ness Exploration, costing £45 per person, offering an extended trip using a 60-foot hydrophone to listen for noises in the loch. Alan McKenna, of Loch Ness Exploration, said, "It's always been our goal to record, study and analyse all manner of natural behaviour and phenomena that may be more challenging to explain. It's our hope to inspire a new generation of Loch Ness enthusiasts, and, by joining this large-scale surface watch, you'll have a real opportunity to personally contribute towards this fascinating mystery that has captivated so many people from around the world. To volunteer, visit www.lochness.com/thebigwatch sign-up form." Helping to keep our food and drink safe. Food and drink businesses are being urged to sign up to an online tool which may help prevent them becoming a victim of food crime. Food Standards Scotland, FSS, has this week launched its Food Crime Risk Profiling Tool, an online programme which allows companies to access their vulnerabilities to criminality. Using the tool allows businesses to assess themselves against a series of statements on topics, such as how they source materials and their supply methods, before being given an individual report at the end which will highlight areas of good practice, as well as including specific guidance on areas they may wish to improve on. FSS will be holding several free online workshops later this year to improve food crime resilience. Those who sign up to the tool will receive an invite to the workshops. Ron McNaughton, head of the Scottish Food Crime and Incidents Unit at the FSS, said, "Food crime is serious fraud and related criminality in food supply chains. It could include adulteration, substitution or misrepresentation of origin. We've decided to work with key stakeholders from the food industry and experts who have an interest in tackling fraud in food supply chains to develop an online food crime risk profiling tool. Prevention is the key to winning the battle against food crime. We felt it was important to support the food industry through crime prevention in order to protect businesses and, ultimately, consumers. For more information and to sign up to the tool, visit www.foodstandards.gov.scot/food-crime-risk-profiling-tool. Hunt is on for Gaelic Storymaker. Applications are now open for a Gaelic Storymaker hosted by the National Library of Scotland in partnership with Bord na Gaelic. The 12-month role is open to creative practitioners based anywhere in Scotland who are fluent in Gaelic. Inspired by the current dual language exhibition at the National Library, Sigil/Story Folktales from the Scottish Highlands, the role aims to promote Gaelic language through creative storytelling practice. National Librarian Amina Shah said, "We are excited to play our part in celebrating Gaelic. Thanks to this generous funding from Bord na Gaelic, our Gaelic storyteller will help maintain the momentum created from our first dual language exhibition, Sigil, and unlock hidden stories in our vast collection of Gaelic books, manuscripts and music." Shona McClellan, Sienna Bord na Gaelic, added, "We are delighted to support the National Library in this new development. The current exhibition demonstrates its commitment to using and promoting Gaelic in its services, and the new role will further embed its contribution to increasing the use of Gaelic in Scotland. The successful post holder will be committed to raising the profile of Gaelic throughout Scotland. They will deliver a range of events and workshops in community settings around the country, as well as at the National Library in Edinburgh and Glasgow. The Storymaker will also be expected to develop their own creative practice in Gaelic. It comes with a £15,000 residency fee, which the post holder will receive in monthly instalments. For details, visit www.nlsgateats.co.uk/welcome.aspx. 9th of August 2023. District News General. Heart of the matter, living well as the years go by. Dr. Frank Dunn. Is there life without golf? That question has been thrust on me over the past 6 weeks following a mysterious pain around my hip replacement. There was no obvious source for this, except perhaps from over-enthusiasm walking on a treadmill. Walking became painful, and there was a troublesome ache, resulting in intermittent sleeplessness. Golf became even more difficult than usual. I confidently diagnosed trochanteric bariasis, added in an extra evening dose of a Brufen-like drug, but the pesky pain continued. Professional physiotherapy help was sought, and a diagnosis was made. The muscles and ligaments around the posterior superior iliac spine, PSIS, were to blame, and a series of exercises were prescribed for life. These exercises take around 45 minutes to perform each morning, with a briefer session in the evening. The ban on golf was continued, and it all felt like a bit of the pandemic restrictions. Progress was slow initially, and other activities were pursued. I had my first piano lesson in 60 years and got back into doing a bit of reading. I did miss the golf, and especially the camaraderie that comes with it. Come week 2, I began to notice progress. I was sleeping without discomfort, walking better and complaining less. I received a good report at review and was given 1 or 2 additional golf-related exercises and should be back golfing as per usual soon. These exercises will have to be continued long term, and I now realise this. I suspect many of us elderly folk do not realise the importance of regular physical activity and planned exercises. It has always been my view that the best type of exercise is aerobic, such as walking on soft ground or cycling in safe areas. However, recent data indicates that strengthening exercises such as squats and the plank are every bit as good and may even have a more beneficial effect on reducing blood pressure. The end phrase is to advise us to strengthen our core muscle, i.e. the abdominal and lower spinal muscles. There is a saying that you don't give up in golf because you grow old. If you give up golf, you grow old. How true, and it applies to many aspects of the lives of the ever-expanding elderly population, myself included. My favourite quote from the movie Shawshank Redemption is, "You better get busy living or get busy dying." My vote is for the former. By Dr. Frank Dunn. Road improvements. A section of the M9 northbound after junction 10 Craigforth is set to benefit from resurfacing and road marking improvements. The works will see Transport Scotland's operating company, BEAR Scotland, carry out resurfacing and renewal of road markings and studs on 1.2 kilometres of carriageway. For the safety of workers and road users during these works, the M9 northbound will be closed between the hours of 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. on Monday, August 14th and Tuesday, August 15th, then between 7:30 p.m. and 6 a.m. on Wednesday, August 16th, Thursday, August 17th and Friday, August 18th. A diversion route will be signposted, directing traffic from M9 Junction 9 Bannockburn via the A91, A907 and A9 before returning onto the M9 at Junction 11. Gear roundabout. This diversion will add 1.8 miles and an estimated 12 minutes to affected journeys. Access for emergency vehicles will be maintained and all traffic management will be removed out with working hours. Tommy Deems, BEAR Scotland's South East Network Manager, said, "These resurfacing and road marking improvements will result in smoother and safer journeys for road users. We planned the works to take place overnight to minimise the impact. However, if you do need to use this route during the works, our advice is to plan ahead and allow extra time for your journey. We thank road users for their patience while our teams carry out these improvements." Real-time journey information is available from Traffic Scotland on www.traffic.gov.scot or on Twitter @TrafficScotland. Waste of national venison asset. One of Scotland's foremost voices on deer believes the country is at grave risk of wasting a national asset with the government changes threatening venison production. Peter Fraser, a professional head stalker for over 40 years and author of the paper on the economic impact of red deer, was speaking as he received a major conservation award at Moy Country Fair near Inverness recently. He believes that the recent Scottish Government decision to allow male deer to be killed all year round is a serious misjudgment which could damage the domestic venison sector. Mr. Fraser, 76, who is Vice Chairman of the Scottish Gamekeepers Association, feels that abolition of the close season for males has been poorly thought through, without consultation with those most impacted. He fears the move will push the poorest quality venison into a stuttering market, setting back efforts of recent years to champion Scottish wild venison as a premium product. It also comes at a time when the Scottish Government wants over 50,000 more deer killed per year to meet biodiversity targets, with no published central plan for maximising the final food product. This, he believes, could become an unworkable combination, with farms and estates already receiving very low prices for the carcasses produced for game dealers. "I never thought I would ever see things go this way," he said as he collected the Ronnie Rose Award for Conservation and Education for his extensive work on deer over the decades. As well as harrying mare deer all year round, by doing away with the season, you are producing stags of the poorest quality. Where is the market for that? What happened to quality Scottish venison? Throughout my lifetime, respect has been lost for deer. This is another example. We used to get £1 per pound for venison around 40 years ago. Today, the price you get for venison is far, far lower by comparison. In that time, estates have also had to invest in larders of sufficient quality. The Scottish Government is going to have to go back to the same people and ask them to kill more deer. How will that work? Kill more, get less? It just doesn't make any sense. Throughout the game sector, there is a feeling that the Scottish Government have persistently placed demands for more deer to be killed without support being given to create markets for wild venison, which is one of the leanest, sustainable proteins available. Despite recent gains in the growth of the UK venison sales, there are signs that this flagging as the cost of living crisis bites and families seek cheaper food. Prior to the recent legislative change, which did away with the closed season for male deer, males could only be shot outside of the season under authorisation from government licensing body, Nature Scot. Now males can be killed throughout the year. For stags, previously shot between July the 1st to October the 20th, this means they will be shot over the winter when at their poorest condition due to the rutting season and, often, poor weather within their range. I am opposed to this, and the way it has been done, added Mr Fraser, whose sentiments were echoed by Alex Hogg, MBE, Chairman of the Scottish Gamekeepers Association. The Scottish Government did not consult properly on these changes. If they had, they would have understood the consequences far better. Church Holiday Club success. The Scranarama Holiday Club in Milton of Campsie Church finishes up tomorrow, Thursday, and has been a great success. There has been lots of fun, games and storytelling. Don't miss the concert which takes place tomorrow, Thursday at 7 p.m. Some glorious food and a piano six-hander. Admission by donation. If you enjoy singing, please come to our Bit of a Sing practices each weekday evening at 8 p.m. Sundown services, lasting about 20 minutes, will be held in the church every weekday evening at 9:15 p.m. Then tea. Special activity for young people, P7 upwards, will be held in Battlefield Park every weeknight at 7 p.m. For more information, please contact Phyllis on 07582 713 463.
Public notices. Planning notices. East Dunbartonshire Council public notices. Civic Government (Scotland Act 1982. Application for grant of second-hand dealer licence. The undernoted has applied for the grant of a second-hand dealer licence in terms of the above Act. Name and address of applicant. HM Distributors Limited, 2/1 102 Park Road, Glasgow, G4 9HB. Day-to-day manager, Mohammed Habib Ur Rahman Hashmi, 2/1 102 Park Road, Glasgow, G9 9HB. Premises: Phone Expert, Kiosk 1, The Regent Centre, Kirkintilloch, G66 1JH. Trading days and hours of business: Monday to Sunday, 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Goods: second-hand mobile phones / accessories. Any objections or representations in terms of paragraph 3 brackets 1 of Schedule 1 of the Act should be logged with the undernoted no later than 28 days from the publication date of the newspaper in which this advertisement appears. Deputy Chief Executive, Education, People and Business, East Dunbartonshire Council, 12 Strathkelvin Place, Kirkintilloch, G66 1TJ. Civic Government (Scotland Act 1982. Application of renewal of second-hand dealer licence. The undernoted has applied for the renewal of a second-hand vehicle dealer licence in terms of the above Act. Name and address of applicant: William Reid Motor Engineers Limited, 54 East Side, Kirkintilloch, G66 1QH. Day-to-day manager, John Alexander Reid, 15 Davidson Place, Lenzie, G66 5NL. Premises, 54 East Side, Kirkintilloch, G66 1QH. Days and hours of trading, Monday to Sunday, 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. Any objections or representations in terms of paragraph 3 brackets 1 of Schedule 1 of the Act should be logged with the undernoted no later than 28 days from the publication date of the newspaper in which this advertisement appears. Deputy Chief Executive, Education, People and Business, East Dunbartonshire Council, 12 Strathkelvin Place, Kirkintilloch. G66 1TJ. Civic Government (Scotland Act 1982). Application for renewal of second-hand dealer licence. The undernoted has applied for the renewal of a second-hand dealer licence in terms of the above Act. Name and address of applicant: Smartphone Repairs UK Limited, 124A Kirkintilloch Road, Bishopbriggs, G64 2AB. Day-to-day manager, Asif Aziz Rahman, 195 Auchnern Road, Bishopbriggs, G64 1NG. Premises, Smartphone Repairs UK Limited, 124A Kirkintilloch Road, Bishopbriggs, G64 2AB. Trading days and hours of business, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. until 6 p.m, Saturday, 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Goods, mobile phones, iPads, laptops, PCs, all associated electronics. Any objections or representations in terms of paragraph 3 brackets 1 of Schedule 1 of the Act should be logged with the undernoted no later than 28 days from the publication date of the newspaper in which this advertisement appears. Deputy Chief Executive, Education, People and Business, East Dunbartonshire Council, 12 Strathkelvin Place, Kirkintilloch, G66 1TJ. Members' surgeries. Councillors' arrangements for interviewing residents. Ward 7, Kirkintilloch East and North and Twicker, Councillor Susan Murray. 12th of August 2023, Hillhead Community Centre, 9:30 a.m. until 11 a.m. 12th of August 2023, Twicker Healthy Living Enterprise Centre, 11:30 a.m. until 1 p.m. 16th of August 2023, William Patrick Library, Room 1, 6 p.m. until 7:30 p.m. Ward 7, Kirkintilloch East and North and Twicker, Councillor Stuart MacDonald. 16th of August 2023, Twicker Healthy Living Centre, 5:30 p.m. until 6 p.m. 16th of August 2023, Hillhead Community Centre, 6:15 p.m. until 6:45 p.m. Between surgeries, councillors can be contacted at the Members Support Unit on 0300 1234510. Planning applications. Format: application number followed by address/location, followed by proposal, followed by type of advert, followed by period of reps. TP/ED/23/0395. 14 Myrtle Avenue, Lenzie, East Dunbartonshire, G66 4HP.
Re-roofing of the original roof of 14 and 16 Myrtle Avenue with Spanish heavy slates. Replacing of downpipes and guttering. Repainting of soffit and fascia board. Section 65, affecting CA, 21 days. The application plans and other documents can be viewed online through the Council's website. The current restrictions on non-essential office work associated with the coronavirus pandemic means that plans cannot be viewed in Council offices as normal. Written comments may be made within the above period to the Council through the Council's website or to the above address. Any representations will be treated as public documents and made available for inspection by interested parties and may also be published on the Council's website. Hoy joins launch. An article written by Brian Yule and read by me, Corey. Chris Hoy visited Bishopbriggs last week for the launch of a 4-year partnership between Sam H, Scottish Association for Mental Health, and Sport Scotland aimed at promoting the benefits of exercise to support mental, social and physical health. This builds on the last 3 years of successful collaboration between the two organisations, which developed in depth mental health and wellbeing programmes and upskilled 800 people working in the sporting system, including training over 400 active school coordinators. The partnership aims to boost opportunities for people with poor mental health to participate in sport and physical activity, supporting sporting communities to enhance their knowledge of mental health and to create inclusive and accessible environments. It will also extend into new areas such as suicide prevention and joint campaigning work. The Olympian and Sam H ambassador was guest of honour at Hunters Hill Sports Hub on the eve of the 2023 UCI Cycling World Championships, and just a year ahead of the World Athletics Indoor Championships, which will be hosted in Glasgow. Sir Chris has supported Sam H, which this year celebrates its centenary since 2009. He said, being active is a terrific way to help us stay both physically and mentally well. This partnership is about making sure we can all join in with sport and exercise, so everyone has the chance to feel those benefits. Sam H and Sport Scotland are already working together to make a difference, and this new enhanced partnership aims to have a positive impact on even more people's lives. Hunters Hill is home to the running and athletics club Springburn Harriers, who were one of the clubs that worked with Sam H and Sports Scotland to develop the charter. Shirley Ann Smith, a senior active schools and community sports coordinator, said, "As a manager, the training Sam H have provided has given me an excellent base and made me more aware of the importance of the mental well-being of my staff. It has also supported us to hold true to the principles of being a person-centred, inclusive and collaborative organisation." An active school coordinator recently reached out looking for help for one of their school's based coaches, and I was able to refer them back to the Having Mental Health Conversations training and toolkit, which then gave them confidence in opening a conversation and practical ways to best support the coach. This partnership helps spread the message of the huge benefits that physical activity can have on an individual's mental health. Making real and positive internal changes through sport is also important. Scotland's Mental Health Charter for Physical Activity in Sport aims to improve equality and reduce discrimination for anyone with a mental health problem. Sports communities, from local clubs to larger sporting bodies, can learn more about the Charter by visiting www.get-involved/get-active-sport/r-projects/mental-health-charter. Bill Watson, Chief Executive of Sam H, said, "We're delighted to strengthen our partnership with Sport Scotland and build on our successes of the past 3 years. This comes at an exciting time for sport in Scotland, and we hope that people up and down the country will be inspired by major sporting events like the UCI Cycling World Championships this summer and beyond." With next year's World Athletics Indoor Championships also taking place in Glasgow, the home of the Springburn Harriers was the ideal venue to launch the next phase of our groundbreaking partnership. Being active can play a key role in helping us feel good and empower us to socialise, achieve personal goals and grow in confidence. Forbes Dunlop, Chief Executive Officer of Sport Scotland, added, "We know from experience and our work in communities across the country the very positive and often life-changing impact that sport and physical activity can have on health and well-being of those who take part. We want as many people as possible to enjoy the benefits of sport and physical activity, and our partnership with Sam H is a vital part of this work. By working together with our partners, we will break down barriers, challenging stigma and creating new participation opportunities." That article was written by Brian Yule and read by me, Corey. Club look to the future after leaving Ashfield. An article by Brian Yule and read by me, Corey. Ashfield will play its home fixtures at Stepford Football Centre in Easterhouse this season, after promotion to the WOS First Division meant the club needed a bigger pitch. However, the club isn't cutting ties with Ashfield Stadium and Glasgow Tigers completely, as Allied Vehicles share made a £75,000 sponsorship boost. Allied chairman and Tigers owner Jerry Facina said, "It's always been great to support a club with such a great history, and when the opportunity came to be able to support Ashfield to get to the next level, we wanted to help as much as possible. The sponsorship will run over the next 5 years and support the first team and 9 of the academy teams." Ashfield's managing director, Paul Maxwell, said, "Sometimes you've got to admit when the time is right to move on for the club and to reach its full potential. We'd like to thank the Facina family and Allied for their support over the years and look forward to continuing our relationship with Allied as our sponsor." Ashfield Football Academy, SCIO, the club's charity partner, continues to work on securing a long-term home in the north of the city. Maxwell added, "We've been working with Glasgow City Council on securing a new asset through a community asset transfer process at Chinside football pitches for some time, and this will remain our full focus." The land runs adjacent to the Ashgill Recreation Centre, the ARC, and Chinside Primary School. The ARC is an important hub for the local community, especially young people. However, the land, which used to be old Red Blaze football parks, have been left derelict for considerable time. We believe we can use the football academy as a driving force to regenerate the area and build a pride of place for Milton and its wider community. Most importantly, we want to complement the amazing work that the ARC and their steering group implement with the building to partner in running a variety of initiatives that will spearhead true change. Ashfield played at Stepford for the first time in midweek, losing 3-2 to Shotts Bon Accord. The visitors were 2-0 up after 9 minutes before Sean Slavin pulled one back. Shotts re-established their 2-goal advantage, and while Bobby Barr reduced the deficit before the break, Ashfield could not find an equaliser in the second half. This was followed by a trip to Petersill on Saturday, with the home side coming off the back of a 3-1 away to Kilbirnie, Layside, in midweek. 2 free kicks by Darren Miller and Jamie Adam Thunderbolt into the top corner had Petershill cruising before Kilbirnie pulled one back. It would be Ashfield who would run out 4-1 winners over Petershill at the weekend. Thomas Sinclair gave the home side the lead on his competitive debut before Sean Slavin equalised, and then Bobby Barr struck and doubled, and Aidan Quinn found the net to claim the 3 points. Ashfield are at home to Blantyre Victoria on Saturday, while Petershill travel to Neilston. That article was written by Brian Yule and read by me, Corey. Nothing that can dampen spirits. An article written by Lorna Thompson and read by me, Corey. Just like that, July is over. We didn't get the sun like June, and the rain was pretty relentless. But that didn't dampen the spirits of the walk-run cycle in and around Eastern Bartonshire. Brackets WRCED. Big news is that the community bench was unveiled on Christine's Way in Lenzie, in collaboration between Jackie Gillespie and the Eastern Bartonshire Street Scene team. It was created by the talented Chainsaw Creations. We are very proud to bring this to the community, and we have had such a positive response to it. WRCED has delivered a full schedule of events throughout the last couple of months. Gorgeous local routes, Monroe Days, water walking in gorges, early morning, evening, and, as always, their weekly Paths for All Health walk. The child-friendly meetups have been another great success this year, with the young team and their families undertaking Conic Hill, Ben Ann, Sylvanus at Croy Hill. A family picnic day is planned for this Saturday in Woodhead Park from 11 a.m, where families can enjoy games, litter picking, and hopefully some sunshine. Water, fruit and snacks will be provided. Sarah Morgan of the event's leaders said, "The kids' event has been a great success, giving a fabulous variant of adventures at home and further afar. It has been wonderful watching the kids make new friends and have new experiences, and of course it is all free." Check out our full range of events on the Facebook page, or email WRCED, all lowercase, 2020@gmail.com for more information. That article was written by Lorna Thompson and read by me, Corey. Rob Roy are getting on the right track. An article written by Brian Yule and read by me, Corey. Kirkintilloch Rob Roy boss Kevin McGoldrick believes his side is on the right track after taking 4 points in the last week. After a narrow loss to WOS Premier League title holders Beath on the opening day, Rob Roy bounced back with a 3-2 win over Arthuli at home in midweek, before a 3-3 draw away to Pollock on Saturday. A double from Ryan Tierney and a goal from Mark Smith claimed the 3 points against Arthuli, and then Rob Roy came from 3-1 down at the weekend with Tierney, Adam Ketting and Michael Baber on target. McGoldrick said, "We are on the right track. I think the goals we conceded are avoidable, and is becoming the case where we might need to score 2 or 3 to win the game. We need to be a lot better in our own 18-yard box, and we will be working hard to rectify the mistakes. But, at the other end, I'm delighted." Caledonian Locomotive also put an opening day defeat behind them in the second division to record back-to-back wins. Goals from Aidan Falls, Anton Finn and Alex Chatterton earned a 3-0 win at home to Kilsyth Rangers in midweek, followed up by a 2-1 away to Craig Mark Bartonians on Saturday. The home side went down to 10 men after 15 minutes and Callie went 2-0 up through Finn and Connor McIntyre. Craigmark pulled one back, but were denied an equaliser as Keele Clark Davies saved a penalty 2 minutes from time. In the same division, Glasgow Pershore won 4-2 in midweek at home to Vale of Clyde as Darren Maguire helped himself to a brace, with Jordan Simpson, and I assume they mean Craig Monroe, they have put CTRIG Monroe, also on the scoresheet. Also, they then went down 10-0 away to league leaders Ardrossan Winton Rovers on Saturday. In the third division, there was a 1-1 draw for West Park United away to Clonscythe Athletic in midweek, with Miltos Lioness scoring in the first minute, before they got their first 3 points on the board with a 5-0 win at home to Kellow Rovers on Saturday. Rossvale lost 2-0 away to Eglinton in midweek in the 4th division, but then won 6-1 away to Royal Albert on Saturday, with David Dodds claiming a hat-trick and Mark Russell, Robbie McCann and an OG accounting for their other goals. Saturday fixtures: Rob Roy versus St Carrick's, Cayley versus Wishaw, Shire versus Maryhill, Aberdeen Thistle versus West Park. That article was written by Brian Young and read by me, Corey.
That concludes this week's edition of the Kirkintilloch Herald podcast. Please remember to subscribe to our channels at Tune Review and to tell your friends about our service.